Julia is not an easy student to teach. She is not an easy student to know. Part of being a teacher is learning how to read people. To read shifting and averted eyes as nervousness, furrowed brows and rapid talking as focus and engagement, slumped shoulders and monosyllabic responses as carrying a weight from outside of the classroom. A sudden straightening of a spine is a moment of clarity or understanding. My colleagues and I have all gotten pretty good at interpreting the subtle, silent language of middle school, or we thought we had, until Julia. You see, Julia has the best poker face of any student I have met. She can sit in total stillness, wipe the tiniest clues from her face and limbs, silence her voice. But here is the secret that I have learned. There is too much in Julia for her to actually hide it all. And it is when you step away or peer from the corner of your eye that you see the real magic that lies within. Julia is overflowing with strength, compassion, curiosity, and beauty. I saw my first glimpse of Julia's inner world in September of her seventh grade year, when we were all reading the novella Seed Folks. The students were tasked with illustrating a character or place in the book. I still remember how Julia's drawing pricked tears in the corners of my eyes. In a few masterful strokes, she captured the bittersweet tenderness of a child planting seeds to remember her deceased father. Both Julia's innate mastery of beauty and her compassion revealed. I saw this compassion and care again this year, each time we gathered in Mishpahot, or gathered with first and second grade buddies. In those times, Julia unmasks. She gives her full self to her buddy, giggling with her, taking her by the hand, folding her into her arms, always attuned to how to bring her buddy comfort and joy. During Mishpahot Maccabia on Lag BaOmer, she led her group with positivity, energy, and an eye always to the whole group, making sure everyone knew they were included and important. In science class, Julia unleashed her curiosity and its driving intelligence. Julia is a careful observer. She understands how things work and knows how to look and watch to figure it out when she doesn't. She immersed herself in each project, pushed beyond the time limits of class, driven by a desire to get it right, not just get it done. In class discussions, Julia is often quiet, unless we are discussing the mistreatment of others. Then, her head snaps up, her eyes widen. She is lit suddenly by a fire of justice when a wrong she has felt but not spoken is named. Then she speaks with passion in defense of others, in defense of what she knows is right. And all of this she does without boasting or bragging. She never pushes herself forward or seeks praise and accolades. In fact, it is quite the opposite. In the last few weeks, for example, Julia has rarely been on the playground without her volleyball, and we all have seen her obvious skill. But she does not spike the ball in her classmates' faces. Instead, she invites anyone, regardless of experience or skill, to join her, happy to play and share, not to show off. When her classmates get into conversations about who could best who in a race or arm wrestling or some other physical show of prowess, Julia is noticeably quiet. She does not talk about her speed in the swimming pool, her ability to flip and contort her body on the gymnastics mat, or a trampoline, or a balance beam. She lets them face off, arm to arm, never letting on she could probably best them all. So why does Julia cover up, put in her AirPods, put on her poker face? True to the mystery she can be, I don't fully know, but I suspect the world can be a little too loud, a little too harsh. Her compassion, her love of beauty, her sense of justice means she feels deeply for herself and others. There is so much that Julia is right about, that she knows and understands intuitively about people and the world, but she doesn't yet know quite how to follow it or share it always. But don't worry, that is coming. And in the meantime, I will be her boaster, her bragger. Julia, you are an amazing person full of amazing gifts. It is an honor to know you, and I can't wait to see what lies ahead.
I remember it was the first day of first grade, which meant leaving the preschool and learning more new complex things. Knowing people from kindergarten, such as Annabelle and Delilah, helped me adjust to the new change. I was quickly introduced to Rosh Chodesh, buddies, and assemblies. Having buddies was such an important part of my Akiba journey. They helped me know people in the grades above me more. My buddy for first and second grade was Isabel, and I honestly really miss her. The Hanukkah assembly and Pesach skit from Marsha Nassi's class were a huge part of my first year at Akiba grade school. The 8th graders from the past felt so much older. They looked taller, and to be honest, this whole year, it's felt weird being the oldest in school. I'm happy to graduate because I like change, but I'm also pretty scared. I have been at this school for 9 years, so it's gonna be hard to give up Akiba and move on to a different environment. I like to thank Mr. Salk for being an amazing 1st and 2nd grade teacher. I would also like to thank Miss Levine for 3rd and 4th grade, even though she is not here today. Also, I would like to thank Mrs. Essie for being such a fun teacher for the other half of 4th grade, and I still have some Essie bucks. Thank you, Mr. Essie, for being a great teacher. I love the Roman simulation. I would also like to thank Ms. Rodfeld for always hyping me up during wiring. I've learned so much over the years of having you as a teacher. Rube Goldberg was one of the most fun activities other than the dollhouse. I would also like to thank Mo Orr and Mr. Amiel. You guys have both been amazing Hebrew teachers this year, and both of you have helped me understand Israel politics so much more. Mr. Amiel, thank you for teaching me so much math in the past years, and thank you, Mr. Golden, for teaching me algebra this year. Mr. Min, thank you for being a nice humanities teacher. It's crazy that I know how to build a city in 3 weeks. I also have to thank Arun, Dara, Barbara, Angela, and Emily for being amazing preschool teachers. And of course, thank you, Miss Cass, for being my 6th grade English teacher and amazing principal. Thank you, Akiba, for helping me find my Jewish identity. Even when I leave Akiba, I will find more ways to use the things that I learned to help others.